Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Infinity Friday. It is a warm and toasty early Friday evening here in the San Francisco Bay Area, California. I am playing Infinity Nikki once again. I'm actually in the multiplayer section of the game. And we're going to continue our discussions about the sort of catastrophic 1.5 update for this game, but we're also going to talk a lot about RPGs that we're looking forward to playing this summer. And I hope you guys have a good time. Just want to give you guys a look at my Nikki and her new formal wear that I got. There she is. So, interesting breakthrough. Yesterday, I finally managed to connect with somebody online for the multiplayer. I hadn't really had any luck with that. And it's funny, both of us were like, oh, I really love your outfit. And then we were like, I don't know what to do with multiplayer. Which pretty much sums up the experience so far. Look at this. Alright. So I assume this is somewhere where you can sit with another person. I don't really want to take up too much time here because there's a lot of stuff to get through back in Wishfield, but I just want to show you guys the area that is multiplayer. So the weird thing about the Sea of Stars is it's weirdly empty. Like, I'm used to playing Final Fantasy XIV and going to the one of the hubs and there just being people everywhere. It's almost overwhelming. And I know that there are thousands and thousands of people playing Infinity Nikki, and I am not seeing them anywhere, which I think is hilarious. Like, where is everybody? You can see, I see a Nikki floating up there. You can sort of see her. Kind of weird. You can see other Nikkis. But I'm still not really sure what the point of multiplayer is so far. Really not. It's kind of weird. Alright. At any rate, I think we'll go back. We will probably go back to Wishfield and we will complete more of the missions and story quests and whatnot. See, I still don't know what this thing is. What is this? Oh, okay. So this is the color lookbook. Alright, so this is what other people are dressing as. I love this. This is totally the Little Mermaid. I love that. Let's see. Who else? Looking for other inspirations. People are so clever. I love this. I'll look at more of those later. But tonight is all about a celebration of RPGs. I'm going to try to keep it positive and talk about all the RPGs that we're going to play this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, in addition to this game, I am playing for review. I'm finally getting around to playing Expedition 33. It has... it's been slow going because I've just been so busy. So April was a super busy month for me. Can I get up? Oh, I can. Oh, look at this. This is pretty. So I apologize if my Expedition 33 review is going so slowly. It's a short game, but I just have not had time to play it. And then I haven't even started Oblivion, which I plan to do in the next couple of weeks. It's been a long time since I played Oblivion. I can't wait to join the Thieves Guild and go around picking locks. And just closing Oblivion gates. Look at all these pretty pastel colors. This is nice. I like this, but again, I just don't understand some of the decisions Infold made with this game. Like, it feels like 1.5 was just really supposed to be, if we look at quests, right? Well, I already completed them. If I go here, so these events, like bubble season, right? It feels like this season was supposed to just be bubble season, and you're supposed to concentrate on these stories. What is happening? Okay, that was weird. Right? So you help the PCs out with their problems. That makes sense. So this is all part of the season. But the whole Sea of Stars thing feels like it was tacked on, and it's not really going to work. The whole thing is confusing. We might get into that later, but why it is so confusing. Because it feels like very different content was sort of smashed together, and it really wasn't supposed to be. All right, here's the seer. Let's try talking to her. I'm so confused about who you are. All right. So I was once just like you, a young girl full of energy, with eyes that shone like the stars and a heart brimming with hope. However, in the end, things always turned out the same. The outcome never changing. All adventures inevitably led to the same conclusion. And that conclusion is who I am now. So you've witnessed many of my failed endings. Keep your faith, my dear King Star. So this is the thing that I don't understand about the story. When I first met the seer, at the beginning of the 1.5 update, I thought she was talking about a totally separate thing. Like, the reason you were dragged through a wardrobe is because in different multiverses, other Nikki's failed. And so we searched world to world for a Nikki who wouldn't fail us. And we found you, and so far, so good. But apparently fans are saying that they've totally retconned the beginning, the original beginning of the game, and now that whole thing where you go through the wardrobe and you meet Giovanni and blah blah, like apparently that doesn't exist? Like, I don't understand. It's really confusing. Alright. So once upon a time, a young girl was summoned to Mirrorland and entrusted with the Heart of Infinity by the Curator. She was told if she harnessed the power of the Heart of Infinity to acquire miracle outfits, she could save the world from impending doom. Yes, I remember that. So she traveled far and wide, and at the end of her journey, she was able to defeat the dark. Yet the Heart of Infinity still consumed her. Thus the world could not escape inevitable destruction. I don't know. See, this whole thing is weird. I don't know what this feels like. I don't know why I had to tack this on to the 1.5 Alright, what about the Abyss and Sea of Stars? So both of their origins long precede mine, and I cannot say with certainty whether my knowledge is correct. But since you left, the Sea of Stars connects countless worlds, where all possibilities of the universe exist. In this realm, space and time have no meaning. But just as there is shadow beneath the light, order and chaos are always born together. Beneath this realm lies a space known as the Abyss. It extends its roots into every world, accumulating causality, distorted histories, and negative emotions. Many of the enemies you face were either born here, or have been assimilated by... Okay, this is weird. I don't understand this convoluted stuff. Okay, you know what? Peace out. This is what I'm talking about. I feel like we need to break down this update piece by piece. And I'm just going to touch on some main... Woo! Fell into the water. I'm going to go back to Wishfield. But I wanted to sort of touch on the things that are bothering me about this update, aside from the janky start to it, right? Like, couldn't get in for 2 days, had to uninstall, reinstall it after saving my game in the cloud. Like, it's just been really weird. But I also feel like we have different updates that were smashed together. So, like I was saying, the bubble season events seem like the original plan for 1.5, where Nikki goes to Serenity Island and she helps the PCs regain their memory. And she helps them with their bubble festival and defeat evil. That is comprehensible, right? Like, that makes sense. It fits the theme of previous updates, right? And then you get like the chance to get this outfit, right? And then you have, I'll show you the, you know, the new banners, which is this sort of mermaid outfit, and then this unfading heart outfit, right? Like that in itself just could have been the update. But then they wanted to add something else, and they added a new mechanism called the Do-It-Yourself Workshop. This workshop lets me dye Nikki's hair different colors, or change the color of her outfits, or the pattern of her outfits. Now, the logical thing would have this be, she gains this ability by going to, I'll show you on the map. Go here, big map. The dye workshop here in Lavin Fringe Fields, right? Like in this area. And it makes sense because Stoneville's whole thing is, you know, dyeing outfits and beautiful dye workshop. And then you gain the ability to, you know, change the pattern color of your outfits. Doing a side quest in Stoneville and gaining that power, perfect. You know, like that would make sense. But that's not what happened. The Do-It-Yourself Workshop, for some reason, is tied to the Sea of Stars or this weird story retcon, which I don't understand why that has to exist either. Like, I don't understand, like, how multiplayer isn't as simple as just introducing a new app into Nikki's phone. Like, you can make that a fun side quest, too. Like, Nikki right now is going around Wishfield. Let's say she picks up a shiny rock here, and the Heart of Infinity reacts to it. And she goes to the Sea of Stars, and it's explained that the seer rules over the space between spaces. And this is a happy place where hardworking Nickies can converge and console with each other so they're not lonely, and they encourage each other to keep fighting the dark. And then Nikki returns here, and the magical stone turns into energy that goes into her phone and gives her a new app where she can just access multiplayer at any time, right? And multiplayer can be its own isolated thing. Like, I don't understand. Somebody thought maybe the multiplayer would be like in Animal Crossing, where you just invite someone over to your island, take a few pictures, you know, exchange gifts, and that's it. It did not have to be anything convoluted. It didn't really have to do with the story. There were all sorts of, like, creative but simple ways to introduce multiplayer, introduce a dying system. And it's all tied to this weird semi-retcon of Nikki's story. And it's really confusing. And I don't understand what Infold was thinking. And some fans are upset because there's no continuity or consistency with the story. So it makes people wary, right? Like, we were told the dying system, for example, would basically be gathering materials and then using those materials like real dye. So, like, real dye is things like the juice of mollusks, like sea snails and, you know, seashells and stuff like that. And then there's, like, plant dyes, right? Like indigo. So it only stands to reason that all of the dyes would be, you know, you have to collect rare resources. A lot of us were prepared for that. You guys saw me running around collecting rare resources. I had a whole routine where I would go just all over the place and collect rare materials and collect money like I'm doing now. And it turns out that's not the case. So if I go here, and let's say I want to, let's see. No, what was, like, if I want to change this color here, right? I don't like this color necessarily. Like, first of all, the, it's not gonna let me, I don't think. No. Never like the user interface in this game. Alright, but let's say I want to change her hair. Hello? Do something. There we go. Okay. Notice I have to unlock different colors. But in order to do that, I need these crystals, right? And you need a certain amount of crystals for every single one of these colors. And it gets to be really expensive, so I can do this. Right? It's not letting me do anything. That's nice. Hold on. See, I don't understand how this works. I'm trying to consume these and it's not letting me. Do something. Yes. There we go. All right. So now that is changed. Right? But I have to do that for every color and it can get very expensive. And it's not very well explained. And I don't understand why I don't just use material already in my inventory. So that's the kind of stuff that people have been complaining about. Individually, I think these things can be tweaked, but all at once, it's just been really frustrating and confusing. So I'm a little bit worried about, the next big update, which should be like 2.0. What are they going to do with the story? Because right now, things don't really make that much sense. Okay, so somebody liked this was from yesterday. Somebody liked my picture. Yay. I kind of like this. Whoa. I didn't know I could do that. All right. Say I took a bunch of different pictures recently. All right. Let's see what I got updated here. At any rate, I'm a little bit worried because I feel like this update dampened my enthusiasm. Again, not because it's janky. Like, that happens with big updates. It was a disaster, but every day they have little hot fixes that can fix it, so I'm not going to endlessly punish them for that. But I feel like Infold has made some poor decisions along the way with retconning everything. And then having this new introduction feature 2 banner outfits. And these outfits are limited time outfits. They're not permanent outfits you get through the stories. So some people think that Infold is pushing people to get these 2 new outfits and not giving them enough time, because these outfits, it might take over 200 times to get the complete outfit, like to basically gamble for every piece of the outfit. So there's a lot of small things that add up. So, my concern is if I'm not impressed with 2.0, I don't know, man. Do I want to keep playing this game? I've supported it. I've played almost 250 hours of this game. And I really want to support it, but, it's kind of been disappointing, man. Okay. Interesting. This is kind of weird because, I don't know if these are just new Whimstar things or it's for new players and it just ended up in my game. I'll take it though. Look at this. Look at this. What? This is fun. Alright. I'm sorry, hun. Alright. I like this puzzle so far. This is wild. Where am I going? We're so close. Ah, there's where the Whimstar is. Okay, that was a really fun one. I really like the design of that one. Alright. Faith restored. Huzzah. Alright, so we're collecting our daily wishes. But I'm not going to give up on Infinity Nikki, but I'm going forward a little more cautiously now. Right, like having to adjust my expectations. Because I'm a little worried that they don't quite know what they're doing with the story. It seemed like they had a clear direction, and I'm just not sure what to think of this new seer angle. Like, it's weird. We'll see, though. I'm not going to give up. And I'm not going to give up on Expedition 33, which I'm playing, and the review for that will hopefully be out in the next week or two. But I wanted to talk about an RPG that I'm looking forward to, which is... Whoa. What happened on the camera there? What did I do? So in a couple more weeks, or 2 or 3 more weeks, we'll all get to play the new Rune Factory game, which I'm really excited about. Rune Factory 4 is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Never played Rune Factory 5 because everyone scared me away from it. They're like, it's pure jank, and that jank never really got fixed. But I'm looking forward to Rune Factory 6, which has a Japanese theme. Very cool. I actually tried to request a review code today. I didn't see it available yet. But I also had to jump through these weird hoops on Marvelous USA's website. I'm not sure if I like that. I was hoping to find the PR person for Marvelous, but a bit evasive right now. That's just one game I'm looking forward to playing. I'm looking forward to diving into Oblivion at some point. Probably after I finish Expedition 33, which shouldn't be too much longer. It's a relatively short game. I'm about a third of the way through it, I think.
Infinity Nikki time.
Yay, Wafflemiz. Hello! Yes, it is Infinity Nikki time. Love all of these. They're so pretty. Oh. Get up there. Alright. Let's see. How are we doing on our daily wishes? Yes, okay. Got all of my prizes. Excellent. Trying to complete... I'll show you the outfit. This outfit. I'm still like 3 or 4 pieces away. This is an 11-piece outfit, so I've got the hair, the stockings, and the dress I still gotta get. It's been pretty brutal trying to get this. Alright.
Wait, I'm playing both Oblivion and Expedition 33.
Yeah. I thought about doing Expedition 33 and Oblivion, but I'm scared Oblivion would just suck me in forever. Because it's, you know, Elder Scrolls, and I'm like, I need to behave myself. I have to finish Expedition 33, get that review out the door. By the way, I have a new History and Games episode that should go live tomorrow. So if you want to learn all about ancient Buddhists in ancient Egypt, which is a real thing, please stay tuned. That's on my History and Games YouTube channel. Alright. I need some more bubbles. No, I need more of these. That's right. Forget what I was trying to... What outfit was I trying to make? Let's go to our sketches. Very cool thing was I trying to make. Here we go. So I still need like 13 more of these. I love this earring. Like, that is just really cool. And then kind of like this tropical vibe thing going on.
Boot sim in an ancient Egypt sounds very interesting.
Oh, good. I'm glad it sounds interesting. I thought it was interesting. And it actually started because I was trying to... So I'm playing Civilization 7, and my Civ leader is Hatshepsut. But if you're playing the game, you know that you can't take your Civ leader... you can't stay with one civilization. Every age, you have to switch civilizations. So Hatshepsut was pharaoh of ancient Egypt, of course, but now in the Age of Exploration, I paired her with the Chola Empire because it's very mercantile, and I thought that would match her bonuses nicely. But when I was doing a History of Games episode, I was like, I don't know how to link ancient India and ancient Egypt, right? But it turns out that thanks to another Civ leader, Ashoka, that is actually a thing. And not only does Ashoka talk about in these Buddhist edicts how he sent Buddhist missionaries all the way to Egypt, but according to Pliny the Elder, the Ptolemaic pharaoh, give me a second to remember his name, Ptolemy Philadelphus, sent an ambassador named Dionysus to India to possibly Ashoka or one of his relatives' court in northern India, which is really cool. So that took me down this crazy rabbit hole where they actually found back in 2018-19, there were a couple of different pieces that were found, but there was a Buddha statue found at an ancient port town in Egypt. And the Buddha statue is from either the late 1st century CE to the 2nd century, sometime in the 2nd century. And there's also part of the same cache of finds at a port called, I think it's pronounced Berenike. They also found Sanskrit inscriptions and other things from India. Oh, it was coins from India as well. So it was really cool. And I was like, man, I gotta tell the world about this. What do I not have? Oh, I don't have a ribbon meal. Okay. I didn't know where to get that, though. I'll get that. But yeah, that's what my History and Games episode is all about. And I'm very excited about it. But let me know what RPGs you guys want me to cover in the future. I plan to do Rune Factory just because I love Rune Factory. I gotta find a History and Games angle with Oblivion, though, so I have an excuse to just play Oblivion. Probably do something with Borderlands 4 as well. I don't know if people notice, but there's a lot of ancient Greek mythology that ends up in Borderlands. If you think of all of the manufacturers, Atlas, Hyperion, Pandora being the name of the planet, there's very clearly a theme. I always meant to do that, do a History Games episode with Borderlands. I'm actually kind of excited about Borderlands 4. Wasn't sure I would be. I was pretty sour on Borderlands 3. I really hated the story and characters. Technically, it's a good game. It reminds me of Mass Effect 3 that way. Mass Effect 3 was not a bad game. Technically, it was a good game. We all just hated the ending. So that was kind of what was going on with Borderlands 3, but hearing that they are going to be more serious with the story, seeing some of the gameplay, you can glide, you can climb, the Siren's ability to summon an animal into battle, and it'll take on whatever elemental power she has. Oh, that sounds really cool. We've got a new planet. Don't know how I feel about some of the characters from Borderlands 3 showing up, though. I was kind of hoping for a fresh new start for these Vault Hunters. Yeah, I agree. Borderlands 4 does look like good old Borderlands. It's kind of what people really wanted, right? Alright. Come here, bug. No. All of a sudden I can't catch bugs. Hey, free money's over there. Alright. You know what? I automatically left and I just realized I thought I caught an eel and I don't think I did. Hold on. No, I did not. No, go back. Go back the other one. Okay. Ribbon eel. Alright, in Breezy Meadow. That's what I thought. Here's Breezy Meadow. Sleepy Fish. I know I've caught them here, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all Breezy Meadow. Alright, let's go back. I'm absolutely sure I was in the right area. And I'm happy for the Borderlands crew because they may have initially been bumping into Grand Theft Auto, but that got delayed. I know some people are probably disappointed by Grand Theft Auto being delayed, but I feel like between Switch 2 games for the holidays and a bunch of other games that are coming out, I feel like it's okay for Grand Theft Auto to take its time. Gives everyone else a little breathing room. It just reminded me that the Switch 2 is almost here in just a few weeks. It doesn't feel real. And the funny thing is, I'm mostly looking forward to third-party games, so like the Bravely Default Remaster, that is something I might cover for this channel, if that's what people want. And, sorry, my allergies are kicking in. It's crazy allergy season right now. Alright, I'm looking for... see any fishy. I need a ribbon eel so I can get a really cool new skirt. That's me. But I am looking forward to Bravely Default Remaster. Oh, I think that might be one. Also, I can't catch it with a bug net. Come on. There you go. So Bravely Default, and then if I can't get a review code for Rune Factory before the game comes out, I'll probably just get it for the Nintendo Switch 2 and play it that way. Funny enough, I'm really looking forward to some of the... Sorry, my allergies are going crazy. To the Game Boy RPGs. Oh yeah, the console prices are insane. Right, and the way things are going, I don't think they're going to get better. But it's not just a console price. Like, I understand logically that games are more expensive to make, there are tariffs going on. It's not surprising games are creeping up to $80. And, you know, there was a discussion I think on Kind of Funny about whether people would be willing to pay $80 to $100 per game. And my argument is, I don't think it's a matter of want. I think that a lot of people would argue that if they're going to spend hundreds of hours in GTA 6, then it's worth $100. The problem is simply people can't afford it, even if they want to. They have bills to pay and mouths to feed, and everything is just getting so much more expensive. And, you know, so it's not a matter of, you know, do I think, there it is, that's what I needed. Like, is Grand Theft Auto worth $100? You could make an argument that maybe it is. We haven't seen any gameplay. I don't know if you guys saw the new trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5. the hot trailer, but we saw almost no gameplay. So, you know, you're gonna have to convince me it's worth $100. But a lot of people probably like, if I could pay it, I would. But I think the problem is, you know, developers have to do these higher prices, but people can't afford games right now. They have to prioritize rent, food, medicine. You know, it's a lose-lose situation for everyone. Which is why, you know,
is going to look really attractive.
Yeah, exactly, Waffle Moose. You took the words out of my mouth. You know, it's a little bit better if you have Game Pass and PS Plus right now. Much better. However, I have no doubt we will see price hikes there as well. I mean, and not just for that, just for any subscription service. So I actually finally had to cancel my Disney Hulu Plus thing because it's just expensive. Right? Like, it's just hard to justify it. And I saw somebody saying that, you know, they wish games had more demos.
For sure.
So that people can make an informed decision about whether or not they're interested in the game. Okay, why am I running around aimlessly? I got caught up in the very pretty graphics. Alright. No, I still don't have, like, how many more do I need? How many more ribbon eels do I need? I want my skirt. A lot? Crazy. I need a ribbon eel. Is this something I can get in the store? If we go to the store. Bubble gratitude. I'm not getting that. Are there any? There is. Oh no! I don't have any searching ebb right now. I spent it on something else. I can't even remember what I spent it on. Dagnabbit. Okay. Poo. Alright. Shoot. Alright. Alright, and I still need 3 more resonance crystals before I pull for more of that special outfit. I don't like these. So you have to pay for these outfits, and I don't like any of them. I mean, that's okay, but I don't like I don't like this pattern. I don't like the color. You can change that, but the other thing too is some of these outfits look like previous outfits. Like, it feels like they're recycling some stuff and just changing the color and pattern a little bit. I'm not spending real money on that. Oi. All right. All right. Some of these I need to try and win. Cool and sexy. Alright. Let's upgrade a couple of these outfits. It's raining! Oh my god. I'm too lazy to change outfits right now. The funny thing is I have an umbrella, but it looks more like a sun parasol. Like, I feel like Nikki doesn't really have, like, boots and galoshes for rain. I'm really surprised they don't have that in this game. It seems like a weird oversight. Darn it. Keep hitting the wrong button. Alright. Oh boy, more bubbles. And my battle pass. Dude. Hello. Oh no, is it stuck? Oh no, is it stuck? So, you are seeing live right now a problem with... Someone should do a best rain in video games video. Oh! Maybe I'll take the challenge. Also, I already know the answer. You know what the answer is? Zozo, Final Fantasy VI. I love that town. It's insane. The rain effect is really cool. All right. Why is this happening? All of a sudden my PlayStation controller input is not working. Hold on, I have to... What? Okay, this is very weird. Oh my gosh. You guys. I can't get this to close. This is hilarious. Like, if I hit the PlayStation button, I can bring up my home page. But if I leave the game, I'll disconnect to the stream. Oh, Infold, fix your broken game! I mean, I already had a problem with the interface with this game. This game's user interface has always been janky. At first I thought it was just my PlayStation controller, but I think this might actually be a problem with the game, where it just does this. But, like, several times since the 1.5 update, my Nikki has gotten stuck. She's frozen. She's been booted out of the multiplayer. People have had other really weird kind of visual problems. I haven't had those, but the game freezes on me or stops responding. And I don't know what to do. I don't want to quit. And then janky and cluttered. Yes, 2 words, janky and cluttered. Janky and cluttered. It's very weird. The way to... Yeah. No, I don't want to take a screenshot. All right. Okay. So here's the thing. I need to reboot the game, which might kick me off the stream. I will immediately come back, though, and we can try again. So hold on just a second. I'm really kind of hoping...
Time to reboot everything.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Unfold. Doing... I don't want to do that.